Hi, my name is Adedapo Adeshola. I'm a Nigerian and I'm a biology teacher. Let's get started. Today's topic is Introduction to Biology. We'll be talking about the objectives of today's topic. So, number one objective is to define the term biology from three different points of view. So, at the end of this course, we should be able to define biology from three different points of view. Then, the second objective is to explain the meaning of life. To explain the meaning of life. Then, the third objective is to be able to explain the characteristics of living things and what makes them different from non-living things. Then number four objective is to list two major branches of biology, and lastly list 5 other branches of biology. So those are the objectives that we have. So, meaning and definition of biology. Now, what is biology? There are 3 basic definitions for that. And the first one is that biology came from 2 Greek words. Biology came from 2 Greek words. And the first syllable, which is bio, came from the Greek word bios, which means life. And the second one is logos, which means study. So from here we can say that biology can be defined as the study of life. So that's the first definition of biology. So that is from the original point of view. Then, what is life? Life is a state of being, that is anything that is living or that is existing. So we also refer to them as living things. So then the second definition tells us that biology is the study of living things. So biology is the study of living things, and living things can also be in 2 major forms. The first form is they can be in form of animal, and we have examples like humans, dogs, goats, ducks, lions, snakes, eagle. Then the second form of life is plants. Plants, we have examples like grasses, flowers, trees, shrubs, etc. So from this point of view, we said that biology is the study of plants and animal. Biology is the study of plants and animal. So these are the 3 definitions that we have. That biology is the study of life, biology is the study of living things, and then the last one is biology is the study of plants and animals. So, but there is another form of life, and they are known as microorganisms. So, microorganisms, what are they? Now, they are living organisms that cannot be seen with the naked eyes except with the aid of a microscope. We have examples of microorganisms so that we will not divert our attention. We have examples of microorganisms. We have bacteria, fungi, protists, viruses, and we have others like prions, the viroids, and so on. So they are also microorganisms, and they are found in our environment. You can find them in the soil, you can find them in water, you can find them on our bodies, or even inside the body. And you can also find them in the atmosphere. So, now what are the characteristics of living things? The characteristics of living things, there is a common acronym for easy remembrance, and that is Mr. Niger CAD. In secondary school especially, we were used to Mr. Niger D, and which is the common acronym that we use when we are characterizing living things. But in this case, we'll be talking about Mr. Niger Card. This C, the C and the A, they were added to Mr. Niger D, and so that's what makes it card. So now the M stands for movement, which means that living things are different from non-living things. In that living things are able to move from one place to another, while non-living things cannot move except with the aid of humans or a kind of mechanism, and that doesn't make them living. Then the second R, which is the R of the Mr., is respiration. So, and this is the ability of living organisms to respire. We simply call respiration breathing in and breathing out. But with the scientific rationale behind that is that we need oxygen to break down food, which will result into energy production. So then the next one, which is the N, is nutrition, and that is the ability of living things to feed. The ability of living things to feed, and which other non-living things cannot do. So irritability, which is the I, means ability to sense something. The next one is growth, and growth is also part of characteristics of living things, because living things can increase in size and mass. We call it a permanent, irreversible increase in size, because growth is not reversible. Now we have the next one, which is excretion, and that is the removal of metabolic waste products in the body. Toxic means harmful. When another life process that occurs is reproduction. Reproduction is the ability of an organism to give birth to a young one of the same species. Note, of the same species. You must note that, because it is not possible for a goat to give birth to a cat, and it is not possible for a snake to give birth to human unless there is something behind it. And we are in the genetic engineering days. Anything is possible. But reproduction simply means the ability of living organisms to give birth to young ones of the same species. So the next one here is competition, which is the C, is competition. All living things are able to compete within their environment for resources like water, food, and so on. The next one is adaptation. Now, adaptation simply means adjusting to the environment that you find yourself in. When you are now adjusting into a particular environment, there are some features that the organism must possess. For instance, fish. Fish can adapt to water environment because it possesses some features such as the gill for respiration, then the fin for body movement, then we have the lateral line for sensitivity, and the last one there is death. And death is the state of non-existence, because living things have limited lifespan. It is very, very interesting to know that human beings have limited lifespan, and because of this, death is state of non-existence. That is when you were born and you continue to grow, and that is another process we have discussed earlier. And after some time you will grow old, and by the time you grow old, then your body will not be able to perform some other things that you have been able to do before. And lastly, death is also part of living things. So now, what differentiates living things and non-living things is that living things are able to carry out all of these processes at certain points in their life, but non-living things cannot perform any of these unless they are aided, like I said before, by human effort or natural phenomena. And all of this does not make them living. So we have discussed others. The next thing is branches of biology. Now, there are two basic branches of biology, and the first one is zoology, which means the study of animals. While the second branch is botany, which is the study of plants. And other branches of biology include microbiology, which is an aspect of biology that studies microorganisms. Now, there is another one which is known as ecology, and that is the study of plants and animals in relation to their environment. Then there is another one that is called genetics, another branch of biology called genetics, and that is the study of heredity. We have anatomy, that is the study of body structures. We have physiology, and that is how the body functions or how things function. That's that. Now, there are some keys to remember. Is that biology is from two Greek words, bios meaning life and logos meaning study. Biology is the study of life. Biology is the study of living things, or biology is the study of plants and animals. These are the three definitions that we were able to deduce from three different points of view earlier on. And then we have the third one. Life is a state of living or existing. It is a state of living or existing. And next one is life exists in two major forms, namely animals and plants. Other life forms include microorganisms. Microorganisms are organisms that are too small to be seen with an unaided eye, except with the aid of a microscope. Living things are different from non-living things in that they can perform all life processes, which we discussed earlier as Mr. Najakad. Zoology and botany are the two major branches of biology. Other branches include microbiology, anatomy, physiology, genetics, etc. And so we have come to the end of today's edition. If you have any comments or if you have any question, please you can drop comments below, and you can also follow us